Good morning, everybody. Weston Zimmerman, co-founder of Synced Up, coming back to you again for another YouTube video. So I just spent a bit of time coming up with writing this article that I'll link to in the description of this video down below on how to get more leads, close more jobs, or not how to get more leads, but how to qualify leads, how to get more of the right customers. And oftentimes at Synced Up, when we're onboarding new customers, we're all about knowing your numbers, and oftentimes that means we discover that, hey, you haven't been charging what you should have been charging all along, and here's what you really should charge for that patio or whatever to actually cover your costs and earn a profit. And when they see that number, there's this, I see it all the time, there's this like mental block that comes up, and it's like, oh, wow, like in my area, my customers will never go for that. And it's an interesting thing, because if you believe that, yeah, you're right. You're right, whether you believe that or whether you don't believe that. If you think your customers will never go for that, you're right. If you think that your customer can and will go for that, many of the times you will also be right. So there's this thing of like, what you believe will manifest itself and become true. And there's a lot of things like that you can spin this subject off of, like, knowing your numbers and realizing that you have to charge this amount, and regardless what the competitor charges, the way you have your business set up, you have to charge this amount. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is I want to talk about a specific thing that we did at Toxic Landscaping over the course of 10, 15 years, where it has been extremely effective and has changed it from being where we take consultations and run all over the countryside all day long chasing leads and only closing 10, 20% of them, to we take leads, we qualify them, and we just go out and oftentimes the qualifications happen, and it's down to designing, narrowing on a solid quote and picking up a down payment. I know some contractors that do such a good job at this that their consultation call is more of a go out and pick up the down payment check than it is a consultation call. So anyway, how do we do that? How do you qualify your leads? I mean, this is in sales, which sales is a bit of a personality thing. So everybody's going to find their own way that works for them. But I can tell you, I want to talk about two things that has done an amazing job for us at Tyson Landscaping, which I'm now a co-founder and running Synced Up, but I'm speaking of my experience and my years at Tyson Landscaping, along with working with marketing and the sales team, to what we did there. And really boils down to two things. One is a consultation fee. The other one is getting a budget from the customer before we go out on the consultation call. So the consultation fee, you've probably already heard of. Like, it's a pretty common thing. More and more people are doing it. If you look in like landscape business groups on Facebook, you see a lot of people talking about this. So it's probably not a new concept to you. But the idea of a consultation fee is not to make money going out and doing a consultation. It's not even really to cover your costs. That's not the point. The point of the consultation fee is to figure out, are you serious or not? Or are you just exploring and getting a half a dozen estimates and wasting my time? Because I'm all about developing the relationship with my customers. If you're looking for a price shopper, like if you're looking for the lowest price, we're not the company for you. We want to work with people that see our quality and our method of doing business and want to work with us. So we know right there on the phone, like if you're price shopping, we can schedule a consultation if you want to pay the consultation fee, but most people that are price shopping are not going to be willing to pay the consultation fee, and instantly you know if they're serious or not. But for someone that's getting ready to spend 20, 50, 100, 500 grand with you on an outdoor living space, a $50, $100, $500 consultation fee is nothing. Like, it's like, no, I'm going to do this. We've been thinking about this for a long time. I'm ready to move forward, and sure, no problem. And the other thing we do to come over objections with the consultation fee is we're like, yeah, we charge a $95 consultation fee. And if you decide to go with us for the job, that consultation fee is applied towards the cost of the job. Meaning, like, if you go with us, it's not going to cost you anything. It's really just a retainer or security to make sure that you're not wasting our time, and we don't waste your time. Because why would we want to come out there and waste your time if you're not going to go with us? So I know some people have kind of a mental block against doing a consultation fee, but I just want to reiterate that it's not about you covering your costs. It's not about you making money on consultations. It's more about answering the question, are you serious? And once we can get past that, then we can talk about what you really want to do. And the thing with consultation fees is once you do them, I've never met a contractor that has regretted doing them. In fact, most of them say, I wish I'd have done this 5 years ago, 10 years ago, since the day I started. Because the whole thing about business is there's the huge market out there, all this population. So many of them maybe want what you do, but only a portion of those can actually afford and will actually move forward with what you do and become your customer. And you don't want to waste your time on chasing the other side that is never going to move forward with what you do and can't afford what you do. And really, if you do spend time with that half, like kind of the thing I like to mention is like, it's time that you're robbing from yourself when you go spend time on unqualified leads. Not only are you robbing it from yourself, you're robbing it from your family, and you're robbing it from your team. You're robbing it from your business to be able to do more high value, high productive tasks that grow the business more effectively than running out and giving somebody a quote that you get out there and you're like, oh, they're never going to go with me. You know what I'm saying? So I go into more detail with this in my written article in the consultation fee. I don't want to make this video forever long. I'll move on. So the second thing is getting a budget. And some salespeople, like getting a budget is an art. And some salespeople have this mastered. They do an amazing job at just a conversation on the phone and just getting that qualification and that what are you looking for, what's your budget range, down to a science on the phone. That's an art, and it's really hard to scale something that's an art. Meaning like you may be excellent at it, but maybe you want to grow your business, you need more capacity, you need another salesperson. How can you duplicate your ability to another newer, greener salesperson? Well, this solution to that, I feel, is putting it into a system and a process. And I'll tell you how we did it at Tyson Landscaping. So what we did is we built a project planner. That's what we call it. And it's on the Tyson Landscaping website. I'll put a link to it in the description so you can go check it out. And what we do is when someone calls in and they say they want something, like, all right, we have a $95 consultation fee. Are you good with that? And if you are, we'll take payment and we'll schedule your call. Yep. Okay, great. They pay the consultation fee. We'll schedule the call. And then it's like, okay, so I'm going to send you an email, just the confirmation with your consultation details. And in that email, there's a link that I need you to click on and fill out this project planner before we come out to meet you at your home so that we can see what it is that you want and what your budget range is. Okay, sure. And then it's like, can you do that for me? Yeah, sure. Okay, great. One of two things will happen. One, either they fill the project planner out and we know right there before we even got out there what they want and what they're willing to spend. Or they'll call us back and be like, oh, wow, I had no idea that what I wanted would cost so much. I'm going to cancel my consultation. And we're like, hey, totally understand that. No problem. And we cancel the consultation. And I don't view that as a fail. I view that as a win because I've just saved myself 3, 4, 5, 6 hours of time running out there, meeting with them, coming up with a quote. And instead, I either get to eat dinner with my family or spend my time on more better high-value tasks in my business. And I've seen people, like what the project planner is, it's a kind of an interactive, you click on the link, you open it up, and there's a button there that says start building your project. You click on that, and there's all these images like with tiles of like, hey, water feature, outdoor kitchen, patio, small, medium, and large. And you can go down through in a visual, there's descriptions and different sizes, and each thing has a budget range. And you can go down through like a menu and just pick off, add this to my project, add this to my project. And it's a great interactive experience for the customer. And then at the bottom, it shows, okay, hey, based on what you selected, you can expect to spend between $60,000 and $90,000. And they're like, all right, submit, done. And now I'm getting ready to meet my salesperson that's coming out to meet me on my consultation tomorrow or whatever. And what it does, what I really like about that project planner is instead of as a salesperson standing in their driveway, having the conversation, shaking their hands, talking about what they're looking for and the vision for their backyard, and then saying, what are you looking to spend here? What's your budget range? And immediately kind of puts them off guard. Like many people kind of view that as sharing their house, like their hand of cards with you. And they kind of feel like they don't want to tell you. And that's a trust issue. They don't want to tell you because for some reason, you're probably not responsible for this, but for some reason, they feel like you're going to max out their budget, take advantage of them, charge them as much as possible. And what you need to communicate to them is like, no, not at all. This is all about me learning about what you want out of your backyard from function and design, but then designing it to meet your budget, because I don't want to design something that's 120K if your budget is 60K. Like that's not going to work. You're just going to tell me, no, I don't want to do that. And I also don't want to design something for you that's 25K if you really do have a $60,000 budget. So the whole point is I want to design what you want so I can get the most bang for your buck out of your backyard. I don't want to spend 60K and not have the most bang for your buck. Like if you tell me the budget range, then I can be the most effective with your dollar. And when you spin it that way, oftentimes customers will drop their guard and accommodate you and like, okay, well, this is what we were thinking. Or if they say, I don't know, give them 3 ballparks, like, hey, are you looking to spend 20 to 30, 30 to 50, 70 to 90? Here's what you get for each of those, kind of rough. Okay, great. You want the middle one? Okay, now we can talk about the specifics, right? So anyway, what I like about the project planner is it kind of systemizes and puts that whole conversation into a process where instead of like putting them on the spot and expecting an answer like now, it gives them a form that they can open up, they can look at it, they can talk about it with their partner for 3 hours after dinner some night, add something to the project, build it all out, it's over our budget, take something back out. They can go through whole that mental journey before they ever even submit it to you, before you ever even meet them on site with a consultation. And bam, just like that, you are so much further ahead when you step out of your vehicle and go up to shake their hand when you meet them at the consultation than you would be without that project planner. So, and you don't have to have a project planner to execute this principle. The principle is get them to communicate to you what they want and what they're willing to spend. Do that on a consultation, on a phone call if you want, a pre-consultation phone call. Do that in just a regular web form with drop downs and stuff if you want. Whichever way works for you. I can just tell you that the project planner we built works extremely well. Customers love it. It's image based. It helps them visualize things. They can take things away and add things. It's just great. And the web guy, we spent like 15 grand developing it over the years, but the web guy that built it can install it on any WordPress website as a plugin for like 2 grand. So if you're looking for it, just drop a comment in this video and I'll connect you to the web guy and he can install it for you if you have a WordPress website. So yeah, that's basically what I have to share. The whole thing of qualifying leads is like finding there's this whole population out there. Many of them want what you want, what you sell. Only a portion of them can afford it and will actually move forward with you. And you want to spend all your time on that segment as much as possible. If you let your net wide open, you're going to be running around like a chicken with your head cut off. And the people that will suffer, you're not the only one that's going to suffer. It's your family and your team that's going to suffer as well. And I'm all about building businesses that serve you and you not being a slave to the business. And it's not just your life, it's also your family's life and your team's life that's impacted. So with that, let me know in the comments what your experience has been. Are you doing a consultation fee? Are you asking for a budget? What has worked for you? I'm sure, like I said, there's many ways to skin this cat. I'm sure there's ways that I haven't addressed that accomplish the same thing. I'd love to hear what you're doing. Drop me a comment below, let me know. And in the meantime, thanks for watching. Drop me a like, subscribe to the channel. We got more stuff coming on the way. We're launching a podcast, which I'm going to be dropping those videos on this channel as well. So my goal is to provide helpful, valuable information and not just these kinds of videos, but also stories of real other business owners out there that are using Synced Up and the reality behind their success. So if you're into that, hit a subscribe, support the channel, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks.